Hey guys, welcome back. Last video I had to stop, unplanned stop actually it was. So we are going to continue from where we left. So we built a page, we put a title and we built a blank page. So though our goal is to build a page which looks similar to Facebook. Okay, so let's start from where we left off. So what we did was we had a title page and there is a body. Okay, so if you click on this and hover, see you see a orange box outside. So if you can guess what it is, okay, so there's something there which is there. Okay, there is an orange box coming up. Let's see what it is actually. Okay, so I'll just okay, so I will go to my page head, and when I go to body I'll click on the body. So if I see the style of the body, okay, there is something called display and margin. Okay, so margin is how much of space a particular element leaves outside itself. Okay, so outside, so the body is actually the white part, the orange part is something that it is giving outside, so that is margin. Okay, so a body can actually, so another ways, this is a style of body which says margin is 8, correct. So we will do some small change here. Okay, I am going to make the margin 0. Okay, so what happens then? So now if I go click here, go here, that margin has disappeared. So that if you see, this is a user agent styling, means this is actually, this style has been put by our browser. So I've removed it, I've overwritten it saying margin 0 by adding a style. So in my body you will see style is equal to margin 0. This is a attribute. Style is an attribute of a element. So style is margin 0. Okay, so this is how we give style as margin 0 is a attribute. Okay, now what we are going to do, now we talked about something called as a class. Okay, so we are going to write a class and replace the margin 0. For it's just an example so that you get to know how it works. So I have this, I'll click here, I'll just do one thing, I'll say edit as HTML. So my entire thing is there. I will copy. Okay, I'll go back to my page. Okay, and I will just paste that here. See, this is how it is. It's not very well formatted, right? So that is why we use some editors like what I am using, so that it is for me easy to do the formatting. So now I have a body. I'll make this tab. So now this is my, I have stored both title and this thing gets stored, so that next time I refresh I don't lose anything and I get the page. So now body is this. So what I will do now is I am going to use something called as CSS. Okay, I will go to the CSS folder. I will create a new file. Okay, it's not a mandatory that I can always give style. Why do I need a CSS? So using CSS is a better way of coding. So if you look at what we call as SEO, you might have heard SEO, search engine optimization. So there are certain characteristics that a search engine expects from your page, so that when you do a Google search or a Bing search or a Yahoo search, your a page or your application or your website should come on the top. One of the criteria they see is style should not be specified in your HTML. HTML should not have this attribute at all. So what I am going to do is I will create a class is equal to, what is the class? I want to, let's say I will say margin 0. Let's say I'll call M0. Okay, so wherever any element I give M0, it should be margin 0. So now what I will do, I'll go back, I will create a class. Class is dot. So here CSS we have different things. So I can say div, or let's say I'll say body. Okay, I can say body margin 0. Right. So let me save, Control S. It will ask you what is the CSS name. I'll say index.css or anything, any name you can give. Okay, now automatically body. So body tag will always have a margin 0. Okay, but in an HTML you always have one body tag, so there may not be a useful to give a margin on a body tag. Instead what I will do is I will give it on a class dot m0, which means a class is always dot m0 means it's a class. Okay, I am specifying the class m0 has a margin of where, so wherever I call this class it will set margin to be 0. So now I will save this. Correct. But how will the page know that it has to fetch the styles from index.css? Correct. So that is where the head comes into picture. In the head I will have link. There is a tag called link. Okay, in link I am going to say what I am going to link, right? So I have to provide what I am going to link here in the style sheet. 1 minute, somebody rang the door. Yeah, so we are going to give a tag here, link tag. So style sheet, what is the type of style sheet? Type is, it's a text CSS, and CSS is the folder. Within that it is index.css. So this is the path. This could also be a URL of a different website where your CSS is located. So for example, when we import libraries, let's say Bootstrap or Font Awesome, either we can download it, keep in our repository here, or we can directly give it here. So now I will do Control S. So it is saved. Now class is m0. I have removed my margin 0. Now let's see whether it works. So I'll go back to yes, here, and then I'm going to refresh this page. Okay, now if I see, you see the class is m0. I'll go here. Let's see if it has worked. Oh, no. So it has worked. How do I see? Here m0 has come. In your style element, see in the styles you see m0 means margin 0. So this is how you use class. Correct. So this is how you use. We may not need an ID on the body because there is only one head and one body in a HTML page. Okay, so we don't need to put an ID. Now we have the basic idea of how the HTML page looks. Okay, now we will see what is the Facebook page. So I will do is I will divide the Facebook page into 1. Okay, 1 is your nav bar, 2, 3, 4. 4 basically, rather I would divide it into 2, the nav bar and the rest of the page into 1, and within that I will put 3 children, 1, 2, 3. So let's do it that way. Okay, so that it is easier for us to manage. So I'll go back here. So either I can edit it here or I can do the changes in the file, save it and come back. Okay, so I will put a div here. Div is another tag, division. We are dividing the page, so we call it a div. Okay, I'll say div. So I will not put a class. I can put an ID now. ID is equal to, let's say my nav. Okay. Okay, see, if you see, I am giving like 2 letters small, 1 letter big and 2 letters small. This we call as camel case. Why camel? Camel goes straight, then there is a bump in the back, and then there is the head or the neck. So we call this as a camel case. Okay, it is nice to know these things because people, some of them don't even know what do we call. So, or you could use all capitals, or you could use simple English, small letters, or you could start with a capital, and that's, but only thing is, once you find what you are using, please stick to it throughout the program. Don't keep changing it. There's nothing wrong, as long as sometimes it happens, a part is developed by you, another part is developed by another one. Either you decide on what case you are going to use, uppercase, lowercase, camel case, these kind of things, or you just leave it and you might find differences. But yes, camel case is something that's widely used. Okay, so either I can give like this, or I can even say my nav. I can put like this. This is also a way people do it, but for me this looks good, straightforward. Okay, and I am going to put another div. sorry, I'm going to close this div now. Okay, so this is my nav bar. So now I want to style this nav bar. So how do I style it? First let me put the rest, and then we will style one by one. Div id is equal to, I'll call it container. Okay, so this is one, and then I'll go back and this div. Okay, it's automatically formatted. Now I will again go, I will create a, no, I don't need this. So in this container, this is the entire body part. I will have three: left list, right list. So I'll put a div id, let's call left. Okay, and then I will close, and then I'll go to div id is equal to center, or I'll say posts, better, right? That's what we are going to put, and slash div. This id, I will tell you where it comes useful when we move to JavaScript. It will be very useful. Okay, the classes, the IDs. Okay, dynamically manipulating the page becomes very easy. So the id is equal to, let's say I'll call it RIGHT, enter, div. So this is my container, this is my nav bar. Okay, let me first click here. It is now saved. Okay, now my page is saved. Now but what will happen if I go here? It shows, if you see, the div nav comes somewhere here, correct? And same thing here. So there is no differentiation, right? It shows all the same. So let me put some style here. So I want my nav bar to have a height. How much do I want to have? I can give it in pixels. Let's say I'll give 100 px, correct? So now I will enter. So my nav bar is now 100 px. See, it shows it is 100 px. Okay, but what happens if we give in pixels is, if the view size changes, which effectively means you're on mobile, you're on tab, you're on something else, it becomes, kind of 100 pixel in a smaller screen is still 100 pixel, so it may not look good. So normally if you want to maintain, it might be also a good idea to give in percentages. I'll say 10% of the page. So this might be a bit smaller, but still okay. If you want, you put 8%. Normally I have seen it looks good in non-decimal, kind of a 10, 20, 30, it never fits, or the UI never fits. So it's always 8, 6, 92, 96, that's how it is. But yeah, again, it changes based on the size of the page. So now, for now, I have given this. So my nav bar. No, but I can't see the nav bar, right? So here, if you see, there is a difference in the colors, and there is a bit of a shadow here, which is causing it to kind of look different, correct? So what I am going to do is, I am going to do the same. Okay, so I will keep this. I can give a border. Okay, I'll say 1 pixel. I can say gradient. You can see there are ways. I'll say 1 pixel solid black. I have box shadow also, but anyways, that's we'll go to that as we do. Or you can try it out yourself. When you do it, try giving the shadow. Try bringing the shadow. Solid. I want black. I will say BLACK. Okay. Okay. Now done. Now I get a border and a box. Correct. So now if you want, instead of solid, you want to use something, maybe you can try using it. Okay. Let's say what else is available. We can check. See, the good thing about doing here is I can put, so this is the color. Okay. I'd say gray. Okay. Now 1 pixel gray. I'll go here and I can say solid or whatever you want. So there are ways you can put it, but now for now anyways we will put solid. Okay, I'll put one solid. It takes black by default. Okay, because I think somewhere it is mentioned the default color is black. So now this is your heading. Okay, so or now we will do for the container. So I'll go here, this I have to do left container, same thing I will do, edit as HTML, or I don't need, I can just style it here. Now I want to give a width. Okay, there is no height, right? Okay, before that there is okay, I will show you. I'll say width, I will say 30%. Okay, which means 30% of the page, and I will give a border. Okay, border 1 pixel, solid. Okay, now I got some border, but you see now the problem is it is coming somewhere here, so I need to give a height also, right? So now what has happened, this is 8%, so the remaining 72% we have not assigned, correct, or 92%. So I will say height, I will say 92%. So the entire page height is 100, or it is the height of the parent ideally. Okay, so this is the height of the page. So I have given, so now this is 8%, this is 92%, so the whole page is covered. Now I have given this. Now what if I want this to, either we can have height, so there is fit content, which means it will vary based on the content. Okay, now let's say I will do fit content for now, and let's see what happens, then you will get an idea. I'll go here, edit HTML, I will type something. Now I'll click here, so it became big. It's only as big as its content, but if I want, let's say I want it to be full page, then I can put, I'll go here, I'll change this to 100%. So 100% means the of the parent, so full of the parent I will consume. See, now it became full 100%, correct, it consumed the full parent, so that is 100%. So now we have a height 100%, one solid 30%. Now we will go to the second div. So what is the style of this second div? Okay, I will say this is width, so that is 30, let me make this 60, or okay, for now let's keep this 60. Okay, and then I will again put height, height 100%. Okay, then I will put a border. Okay, I don't need I can even put border at one side, so I will say border right. Okay, so I'll say 1 pixel, solid. Okay, so now what has happened, your thing has come down. Why isn't it coming this side, right? So for that there is a magic we are going to do, put a new style here. Now what is the style of the div? By default it is block. So what is block? Block means everything comes one below the other. So I am going to change this style. I will say display flex. See, it came next to this, correct? So flex is this way, block is one below the other. So that's the way the styling works. So now display. What if there is another one which we use when we dynamically want to change the pages, move, hide something, show something? There's display none also. If you put display none, there will be a div in the HTML, it will still exist, the code, but the moment it will not show on your page. So if you want to hide and show on the click of a button, you can always toggle between display flex, display block, and display none. The moment it becomes none, it vanishes. Now I will do this none. Okay, I am doing it on the container, okay, which means the entire box. So the entire box, if I do none, will none. So the entire box vanished. So I want it as to be flex, I will bring black flex. Okay, now I'll go back to my posts container. I have given a width which is 60. If you give number, it takes pixels. I want percentage, I will give percentage. So it took 60% of the page. Right, but here if you see, this is quite big, so I'll make it 50. I can either change it here directly, double click 50, enter, it changes here, or I can change here. Now I'll go to the third part. The third part is this div. Okay, now I have to put some style to this. Width, okay, I can put auto also, and then I will put height. How much? 100%. Let's see what happens now. Now I have given this. So ideally, this style for what? Okay, now height. Yeah, this is, it hasn't taken the width, it still shows 0 into 604. The height is 604 pixels and the width is 0, so it is not working. So I am going to put 30%. Okay, so now if I go, you will see the div. Okay, now here also what I will quickly do, I will remove the border, or I will put the border to only right. So that top and thing. Now, so now your page is, now if you want to color, let's say here I have a color, right? So this color is different from this color. Let's see what is this color. How do you find out a color of a thing? So either you can go the way I do it, I'll tell you. Okay, there are many ways. Simple, go here. Okay, all you have to do is go to styles. Somewhere you will have color, background color. I just click on this. There are two ways, either click here, you will somewhere get the background color style, but you have to search what is the exact color and all those things. The easier way is choose a color. Let's say this is some color I will choose. You choose this pen, toggle color picker, go here and just go on this. So now see, if you go here, it will show. If you go here, it's a different color. So I'll just go click here. So it showed me the color. The color code is F0, F2, F5. Correct? I'll just copy this, come back, and I want the background color of the container, right? The container, the entire part. So I will give here background color and then paste. This has to have a hash. Okay, always color has a hash. You can search in Google there. See, now it changed. So in Google you will find a lot of color, finders, changes, what is the code for a different color and things. You can even give the names, it will still take. Some of the names are already there in the browser, so you can do, it will know. If you say green, it will come green. So I can, you always need not use, I'll copy this and change it to green. See, it came green. So that's the one way of doing. Or if you want the exact color, you can use the code. Okay, so this is the way you got your color back. Correct? Okay, so this is how we have now divided. The basic part of the page has been done. Okay, now what should we do? Once you are done with something, edit, Control A, C, you can go back, Control A, V. So I have brought back my page. Okay, only problem with this is it is never kind of formatted. Even if you copy formatted, it doesn't come, you have to sit and format again. Okay, but yeah, the way, but from a coding perspective, it is easy. So I will just save this. Okay, now that it is easy, so now I will just refresh, it will pick, you will have everything coming here. Now what we can also do is you can change these styles to class. So you can go here and create classes and replace the entire style with class is equal to whatever class you have given. So I can say, okay, now I will give you one more thing. So this is my style, right? I'll just copy my style. Okay, control C. I'll go here. Now I have given by class dot m0 is a class. Now I can give it by tag. If I give div, everything gets changed. All divs get changed, right? Now I don't want to change it to everything. I want to change only for container. So how do I give? For class I use dot. If you want to use id, I can use hash. Okay, something. So I'm going to paste it. So this is my style for this something, but it is not, it is container. I'll copy this, I'll paste it. So I'm setting by id. This is setting style by id, setting style by class. Another one is, I will also put for you, for your reference, body. So the way you give is body. Okay, now let's say I'll set font size is 14 pixel. So this is anything in the body you type will be of 14 pixel. Okay, so in the body I have set. Okay, so this is, or if you want a combination also, you can use, let's say you want a div, okay, and with a tag with a class dot m-0. Okay, then you can give like this. So if there are a lot of divs with different classes, it will only apply to a div with m0. If button with m0, it will not work. Okay, so this is the tag, this is the class, or you can use id also, because id is very unique. So normally we did not use a combination. There's only one id in the entire page. So this, normally we don't need to use a combination. That's very specific. Normally it's always classes and body, the tags or the elements that we give. Okay, so like this we can do the styling. We will use it in some other styling. Let's try to use it as we go further. Okay, now I have done this. Now I no longer require this style. So without this style, I've just put id container, and within which you have these things. Okay, we can still keep this way. This ssd whatever. Okay, so now we'll remove this. This is not needed. This tag has ended. Now here I'll just do tab done styling. Here tab done styling. This actually is like, no, this is correct. This div is tab. Okay, now div. If you click, you will see what is this. So where is the end of this div? It is in the end. So it's easier for you to work because it's a parent-child relationship. Okay, it will say where it starts, where it ends. Now I'm going to control S. So I don't have on the container, there is no style in the page, but ideally when I refresh, it will still come, because then I go here, I will click my container, I get the style of the container. So this is how you convert your styles into CSS. Okay, and when we put it into production, we can minify the CSS, which means what we do is, what we see here so much, you can put comments also, some comments will be there. All these things, when we minify, it becomes one single line, removing all comments, so that the page size becomes, file size becomes less, and your fetching of the page from your web server into the browser becomes very fast. Okay, that's called minification. So we can minify your CSS, JavaScript, anything you write, you can minify, so that all the comments are removed and it becomes a single line, and it actually manipulates it so that it becomes very easy and very fast. And second thing is, if somebody wants to copy yours, he may not be able to copy because it's all in a single line, it looks jumbled and blah blah blah, all those things happen. So it's up to you. I have seen, I have done some applications where I have never minified. I've left it like that. That's okay. If somebody wants to copy, let them copy. I don't care. But yeah, are some people do it minify, but from a performance perspective, minified code definitely helps you. Okay, as it becomes bigger and bigger, n number of JavaScripts and n number of CSS, all those things come into picture, it becomes fast. From a fast response perspective, yes, it is required, but from a kind of somebody copies, everything is available in Google today, so there is no need to copy somebody else. If you want to learn something, go learn, implement and enjoy. So now we have done this basic part where the header is there and the rest three parts is there. So I'll stop it now. Okay, you guys try doing something. Okay, try adding my, okay, I will tell you more tags. Okay, I'll tell you some tags so that you guys can actually work it out on your own. Okay, I'll just close this. Okay, this one tag is there is a tag called button. Okay, tag means it will always be within the angle brackets. So this is a button, this is a input. Okay, input, try it out, there is slight difference in the syntax of an input, button and input. You can try this and try forming the upper nav bar, okay, by yourself. Okay, I'll show it in the next video, but yes, you can go ahead and try yourself. And also go and search in Google for Font Awesome. Just type Font Awesome. There are a lot of versions. Okay, I think now currently it's 5 or 6, but we don't need, based on what we need, because the more higher the version, the bigger the size of your CSS and all those things become what they provide, the Font Awesome guys. So I would go with probably 4.7 or something, 4 version, which is enough for us, which have most of these icons. So we will go with that. Okay, so that I will show you in the next video. So for now, this is what it is. So you have learned elements, tags, what are IDs, what are classes, what are styles, how do you put styles into classes. So, and if you want, what are all the available possibilities of styles, you can open this, type here, let's say background color. If you type B, it will show you background color, border, anything that starts from B. Something you might be interested in is align, okay, and justify. These two things are really very important to align an image, a box or anything else. Go through it, and as we do it next time, we will also see. And there is one more thing I left before I go, that is called padding. I think I have not explained padding. So we saw margin which comes outside. Okay, there is something called padding. So body, when we went, I set margin 0. That means nothing, any space outside you occupy. There's no, don't give outside your border or your this body element, don't give space. Now there is something else here called padding. Okay, padding again, left, right, all those things are there, top, bottom, that's the same. So I will say inherit, or I will say padding, let's say 10. So what happened now? So all the elements within that container will get shrunk. Okay, so padding is inside an element. So body, whatever comes within the body will have a padding of 10. Margin means outside the body it will remove. So that is the difference. That's very important. See, you see it becomes in green now. Okay, when I go, you see green. Earlier it was orange. So inside a element, if you want to give spacing, it is always padding. You want to give spacing outside the element, it is margin. So we will see what is the difference, why and where we will use it when we do the navbar part of it. The use of padding against the use of margin. I will tell you how. Okay, so this is something I wanted to tell you before we close this video. So now I will stop it here. I have hashed it out. Okay, so I will leave where we were. We will just refresh, no changes done. Yes, so next video we will see, we will build the navbar. We will import Font Awesome, put the icon and make it look very similar to this. Okay, and probably also we will see how we create this effect of overlapping. Okay, this thing we will see in the next video. Till then, bye.